Hello again, everybody, and welcome to another edition of NFL Dynasty Picks. We are on Week 9, coming off one of the greatest football weeks, in my opinion, that I have ever seen. Week 8, I've seen some great games in my time, but Week 8 had some very good games. Let's see if Week 9 can keep up the momentum. We're at halftime here. We're already starting to see the playoff picture develop, so this is a crucial time for some teams. And we want to start off talking about our first game, which is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers going to visit the New Orleans Saints.
Trying to figure out just how nasty of a taste New Orleans has in their mouth from dropping that stinker against the Rams. So I don't have them losing 2 in a row, so I'm going to go with New Orleans.
The New Orleans Saints, their team has been kind of inconsistent this year. Yeah, they've been winning some games, but they haven't been winning it in the fashion that they have been winning over the last few seasons. They have a lot of competition in the NFC this season. Not as much as the AFC, but they have a lot of competition. They're going to have to pick up the stamina and pick up the pace. Tampa Bay Buccaneers have not proven anything to me this season. They're a hot and cold team, depending on who they're facing. I think the New Orleans Saints has enough momentum to take the victory in this one.
New Orleans come off of a devastating loss. I think they're going to take out a lot of their pain on Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay has not played well week after week. I guess for that case, New Orleans hasn't either. But going from a 62-7 win to a 31-21 loss against a winless team. So, but they're gonna get it turned around this week. Sort of.
They hope. The Miami Dolphins, a winless team, they're trying to win. They've come close, but they're going to Kansas City next week, and they're going to hope that they can get their first victory against the Kansas City Chiefs, which Joel thinks they can do. Phil and myself believe the Kansas City Chiefs should take that one. Cleveland going to Houston to face the Houston Texans, and we all believe the Houston Texans will see the Cleveland Browns home to Ohio, dejected and a bunch of losers. But Cleveland's been doing better than I would give them credit for this season. They're number 4 in their division. The division is pretty strong. Matter of fact, last week they had the AFC North had the top 4 teams in the top defense, 1, 2, 3, and 4. The New York Giants, number 1 team in the NFC East, is going to face the number 1 team in the AFC East, the New England Patriots.
I think Eli might have a pretty good game going on because New England cannot keep a cornerback on the field to stay alive. Either they're getting rid of him or they're getting injured. That said, I still don't think they can outscore Tom Brady. I said that last week. He disappointed me. I'm still going New England.
All right, the New England Patriots are not going to have an easy game this week. They are coming off a loss themselves against the Pittsburgh Steelers, a team that showed them why they're the number 1 team in the AFC, a team that showed them why they're the number 1 seed in the AFC, a team that showed them why they're the ones that are going to the Super Bowl. They're the ones that people need to be afraid of.
By throwing away their entire playbook and playing exactly how the New England Patriots play?
They won. And because of that, New England's been angry. And they're going against a New York Giants team that's kind of desperate to hold on to their lead because they feel the Philadelphia Eagles breathing down their neck in their division. So they're going to be fighting, and they're going to be crawling, and they're going to be scratching. But they're going to lose to New England Patriots. New England's going to win this week.
I got New England. Giants again, just like New Orleans. Haven't been playing well week after week. I meant just like Tampa Bay. Well, Tampa Bay and New Orleans. So, actually, I think that may be the word of the week. It used to be dominate. I think the word of this week is going to be inconsistent. There's a lot of teams that are inconsistent out there, and the Giants, I feel, are one. And New England, coming off of a heartbreaking loss. Tom Brady only had like 198 yards passing. He's averaging like 350 a game over the course of the season. So I expect him to get back on track. I think Aaron Ross and the rest of the defensive backs will not be able to contain the Williams receivers.
Yeah, they don't have the defense of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Pittsburgh was able to contain Tom Brady like no other team can because of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Nobody asked you about Pittsburgh.
I'm just letting you know why New England is not the team they were about 3 or 4 weeks ago when people predicted them to go to Super Bowl.
I'll put it this way, shit happens. Once the shit happens.
Especially when you face the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, Atlanta goes to Indianapolis to try to get an easy victory over them. This winless team, and everybody agrees that Atlanta should be able to do that. Moving on. Buffalo and New York. New York is going to keep it in the state when they go over to Buffalo to face the Buffalo Bills. Joe here thinks the New York Jets have the capabilities to defeat the Buffalo Bills. Phil and I believe the Buffalo Bills have the capabilities to beat the New York Jets on Sunday. We're going to go with the Buffalo Bills. Green Bay Packers, coming off a bye week, are going to the electrifying San Diego Chargers, who have they been electrifying, Phil?
Well, like they've been getting sent to the chair themselves. I don't know. I want to pick San Diego for this game, but it'd just be a dumb move because San Diego can't get past their own fuck-ups. Look at that on last week's. It looked like it was a game they were going to come back and win, and just some bogus shit happens. I think they give them a scare, give Green Bay a scare, probably down to the last minutes of the fourth quarter, but I think Green Bay is going to pull it out.
Okay. I'm sorry, I heard you. I was trying to pay attention to the interns in the background. They're apparently trying to tell me something. I'm gonna ask the interns to give me that information later. I know the Pittsburgh Steelers are good, but they as well as yourself can be quiet or step outside. That's just a thought. But Green Bay versus San Diego, I agree with Phil. It's a dumb pick to pick San Diego, and I like to think of myself as a smart man. But I'm going to go ahead and pick San Diego. I really, just like the first week when I picked the Jacksonville Jaguars to win, I don't have any logical explanation. San Diego needs a victory. They need an impressive victory. I think they have the tools to beat the Green Bay Packers, who might be a little cocky right now. Probably won't, but I'm going to go with the San Diego Chargers to win. And, I'm pretty much going to end it there. San Diego.
Interesting. Again, my word of the week continues with inconsistency. Inconsistent is clearly the San Diego Chargers. Phillip Rivers is single-handedly destroyed my fantasy football team. It was currently 3-5. I've stuck with him week after week. He now currently has 7 touchdowns and 11 interceptions. And, wow, which is fascinating for the third highest rated quarterback in NFL history. Yeah, Green Bay is
what a lockout does.
Green Bay, well, Aaron Rodgers has a passer rating of like 125, and he had to succumb to the lockout.
He was already one of the most accurate quarterbacks out there.
Wait, but that's what I'm saying. Phillip Rivers was too. So
Phillip Rivers used to have talent. People got injured, or they got held out, or got suspended.
Well, regardless, Vincent Jackson is on the field. Who's their main receiver. Antonio Gates is playing hurt. Well, I don't know. I don't know if he's really hurt, but they say he's hurt. So
he run like he hurt.
Green Bay
just run like he getting old.
That's what I got. Speaking of interns and distractions.
Shoot. Like, ooh. Also see the effect of missing.
Alright, anyway, I was just getting some information I was trying to find out, but, how to spell the word inconsistency because I want to make sure I spell this properly. I'm thinking inconsistency, you spell WASHINGTON space REDSKINS. That brings me to the next game with 2 consistent teams lately, and that's the San Francisco 49ers against the Washington Redskins. San Francisco 49ers might be the breakout team of the season. Number 2 seed in NFL so far. They have beaten every team that comes against them, with the exception of the Dallas Cowboys. They've been showing something against the Philadelphia Eagles. This week they faced another team that's been pretty consistent in the last couple weeks, and that's because they've been losing. And that's the Washington Redskins. Us 3 believe that the Washington Redskins will continue being consistent against the consistent San Francisco 49ers and lose to them.
Do we really all pick San Fran?
Hell to the Redskins!
We all picked San Francisco. Speaking of what I've just mentioned before, San Francisco lost to 1 team. That was the Dallas Cowboys, who are at home against the Seattle Seahawks, and we believe that Dallas is going to be 500 again after their embarrassing loss to the Philadelphia Eagles last week. Great game, by the way. But we all picked Dallas to beat Seattle. Baltimore Ravens fly over to the future Super Bowl champions, Pittsburgh. rematch.
Who they playing again?
Baltimore is facing the future Super Bowl champions, the 6-time world champions.
So
about to be 7.
What you mean is they're about to play a good team?
Yes, Baltimore's about to play a good team.
All right, finally. Maybe they'll actually come back and play for the whole 4 quarters. Who am I kidding? I'm picking Pittsburgh. We're not really going to.
Phil, you are making a wise decision. In Pittsburgh Steelers,
whatever, they're just too good.
Ben Roethlisberger has been on fire. My goodness, man. My goodness.
Anyways, it's only going to be
11 touchdowns.
Who cares?
2 interceptions
they're going to split
in the past 5 games. The man has been on fire.
It doesn't matter.
He is up there with any quarterback you can mention.
Because Baltimore won the first one. I don't see Baltimore winning 2 against Pittsburgh. I don't see Pittsburgh winning 2 against Baltimore. They're going to sell it in the playoffs.
Why do you not think this? Pittsburgh beat them 3 times last season.
Okay, yeah. The season before?
I don't remember.
Okay,
you know why? Because Baltimore's not a threat. The Pittsburgh Steelers are facing the Baltimore Ravens. Pittsburgh Steelers came in the beginning of the season and they were not feeling good for some reason. Mike Tomlin got this team on track. They're like, excuse me, we're the Pittsburgh Steelers. Do you know our legacy? My goodness, if I was a fan of football teams, I would really be like on the Pittsburgh Steelers hard because they're a great football team. Thankfully, I'm an unbiased reporter. Okay? But the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to defeat the Baltimore Ravens and give them the ass whooping. First time I use Explica.
And there's no Occupy Wall Street going on right now either.
An ass whooping for the beating they got last time. And they're going to show why they're on top of the AFC North, why they are the team, why they're going to the AFC Championship, why they're going to repeat the AFC Championship game by winning the AFC Championship, and why they're going to the Super Bowl, hopefully against the Green Bay Packers, so they can show them assholes what they really should have happened last season, but it's going to be against the Philadelphia Eagles and beat them. But anyway, bottom line, Pittsburgh Steelers over Baltimore this week. If you didn't hear me, Steelers win.
I think Baltimore, they are a complete fraud. They've been a model of inconsistency. And, oh my gosh, Joe Flacco.
Yeah, he can't play the whole team, man. The whole team is good. It's just Joe Flacco.
Joe Flacco has been absolutely awful. God awful. And they for whatever reason, they choose to not give the ball to Ray Rice. It's their own decision to not give him the ball. And Pittsburgh's run defense may stop Ray Rice anyway. So, you know, just doing the math, stop Ray Rice. Joe Flacco sucks. Pittsburgh wins. Period.
Hope Baltimore comes back and makes all those eat-all words.
Come back. Yeah, right.
I'm with Joel on this. We've obviously been smoking the same funny cigarette. Because normally I don't agree with him because he's a Washington Redskins fan. But he's right. Baltimore is just outmatched and outgunned in this game. I say these 4 games, well, it's 5 games left. I say these 4 games, the last 2 briefly talk about, and you'll find out why. Cincinnati Bengals, who's been another surprising team this season. Breakout team in the AFC, in my opinion, because nobody was expecting them to do anything, let alone what they have been doing. Okay, going to face the Tennessee Titans. Joel's the only idiot that thinks the Tennessee Titans can defeat the Cincinnati Bengals. Phil and I believe the Cincinnati Bengals are going to win. Denver travels to Oakland. All 3 of us picked the Oakland Raiders to defeat the Denver Broncos. The New York Giants are going against the New England Patriots. I already said that. St. Louis versus Arizona. All of us excited the Arizona Cardinals should be able to beat the St. Louis Rams. I almost said the St. Louis Cardinals there. I got confused.
Yeah, they win the World Series. So
yeah. I don't want to talk about that, okay? All right, so, last thing we'll talk about, Monday Night Football game, Chicago Bears are going to the dynamic Philadelphia Eagles, Lincoln Financial Field. Philadelphia coming off a big victory last week, going from number 4 seed in NFC East to number 2 seed in NFC East, all in 1 game.
How many games is Philadelphia going in a row now?
2.
I'm going to go with Chicago. Give you all this time to talk about Philly. Come on, Mr. Unbiased. You can do it!
I am completely unbiased. And I think that decision was very biased. I don't understand how you can pick the Chicago Bears against a red-hot Philadelphia Eagles offense.
I just don't think they'll win 3 in a row.
Philadelphia Eagles is the #1 offense in the NFL right now. Why? 1 man and 1 man only. This man's legs have gotten Philadelphia Eagles where they need to be. LaShawn McCoy. LaShawn McCoy has been running up that field, up and down, embarrassing teams. He has scored a touchdown every single one of the games. He's going to score another touchdown here, and that's going to be enough to keep it against a very inconsistent Chicago Bear team. Philadelphia Eagles are going to defeat Chicago Bears. You are just hating because you're watching a Redskin fan.
I figured out why I said that. Okay, Chicago has the one thing that can stop Michael Vick. Julius Peppers. Y'all got rid of y'all good punter, who's now with the Redskins.
Yes.
So y'all gonna,
and he's definitely utilized.
Really. But y'all gonna fuck up and punt to Devin Hester. Who's gonna score the game with a touchdown on a punt return? Or maybe even a kick.
The Philadelphia Eagles have been started off really bad. But let me tell you something that they have been doing very well. Okay? Philadelphia usually starts off their season not that good, except for 1 or 2 seasons. Philadelphia does not start off there. It's been known fact. Andy Reid gets hotter when the weather gets colder. Every single time. As the season goes, Philadelphia improves, and they start becoming good. Research it. I know a team. I know a team of somebody who's a good Philadelphia Eagle fan who researches that, who tells me that.
It just bucks all the trends of football, where this is the first season where Andy Reid actually found out he had a good running game, and most teams who have good running games catch fire later on in the season because it's colder, so they have to run more. You still talk about the same guy who's before this season. Ratio was like almost 80 to 20 pass.
I'm saying he gets hotter as the weather gets colder. They tell you that all they say it every season. They mentioned it last week during the game. But let me also tell you this, okay? Philadelphia's reason they've been losing because they didn't lose any game embarrassingly except for the one against the New York Giants. The reason I'm coming losing is because they've been dropping balls, okay? Their defense has not been able to stop the run. They found a way to stop the run, and if you see them last week, they don't make the mistakes they were making before. Andy Reid's gotten this team to where they need to be to show everybody why they were called the Dream Team, which I still think is a false statement, but to show them why they are as good as they should have been. Look at how they played last week against Dallas. Dallas is not a bad team. They're not.
Dallas doesn't have a solidified run.
Dallas is not a bad team.
Okay,
they have the capabilities of being
opened up on the Rams, and then he got stopped somewhat by the Eagles.
They didn't give him
Matt Forte is a more quality running back.
I'm not saying he is. I'm not saying he isn't. I'm saying Dallas is not a bad team. Of course, they beat Washington too. Washington is. But what I'm trying to inform you of is that the Philadelphia Eagles are where they need to be. Chicago Bears are no threat to the Philadelphia Eagles. They aren't.
Okay.
Chicago's fighting for something. Chicago's trying to stay alive, but they're not going to defeat the Philadelphia Eagles. They might put up a fight. They might actually put up a fight to the second quarter.
Oh, you're done? Okay.
Yes, much like the Redskins' playoff implications. I am done.
Okay, whatever.
I'm nice.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow, actually yesterday or Sunday, their playoff implications were done.
I forgot my thought process.
It's okay. Washington forgets their
As
place.
sick as it makes me feel, I'm currently going to have to agree with
This guy.
him again.
Wow, this is great. Philadelphia and Pittsburgh. You are on a roll today, Joe.
Philadelphia and Pittsburgh is more situational than my liking of the teams. Chicago, I don't know. For whatever reason, Matt Forte, who actually leads the league in yards from scrimmage per game, even with him on that team, I just don't believe in him. And I'm sorry, Phil, but I think I think the idea that Julius Peppers is the remedy for
LaShawn McCoy.
Well, no, I think
I didn't say from LaShawn McCoy. I said for Vic. He can keep him from scrambling.
I think that's kind of. I think that's a little ridiculous. I'm sorry. We'll see on Sunday, but I guess Monday. They're gonna need more than Julius Peppers.
They're going to need a prayer.
I think it's more.
They're going to need a prayer.
I just feel Philadelphia's a better team. I mean, Chicago. They just don't have the talent, specifically, also offensively at the receiver positions. I mean, I'm sorry, maybe it's because of just myself. I think they have like Johnny Knox and Devin Hester and.
Yeah, that's about it.
You think
Greg
that's
Olsen
enough
on their
to defeat
team?
the Philadelphia Eagles?
I mean,
I didn't say that
These
Thomas
teams don't-
passing attack was going to beat them. I said Matt Forte, Devin Hester.
they don't have the talent.
Good luck to them.
So they just don't have the talent. Same as the Redskins. I mean, I can admit the Redskins just do not have the talent.
So you found out where the Redskins will go 6-10.
I don't know about that, but
7.
I'm not going to make any more predictions as far as the Redskins
You are wise.
Season. I said 8-8 before the season. I'm going to stick with that.
Oh, well, you're going to be disappointed.
We'll see.
They're not going 8-8. They got to face Philly again.
That's one game. First of all, there's no guarantee that y'all will win. I mean, we were beating y'all like 17 to.
First of all, I want to let you know.
17 to 3.
I think you need to
before Michael Vick got injured in Philly last
year. You said y'all. I'm not a Philadelphia
year.
Eagles fan. I am a reporter that is
Oh shit! What did you just say?
I am not a Philadelphia Eagles fan. I am a reporter that is unbiased.
Yeah, a non-Philadelphia Eagles fan who just happens to have voted for Philadelphia every single week this season, even though that they're.
You voted against Pittsburgh one time? You just said he only voted for Philadelphia. He voted for both of the motherfuckers.
Well, that person's not here, so we'll look at his stats. But I'm pretty sure that person never picked against the Pittsburgh Steelers because he knows, just like I do, because he's a fan. I'm not. That the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to the Super Bowl. But that's a topic for another video. Later this week we'll have another video up where we figure out what our predictions are going on the first half of the season, going into the next half of the season. But you're getting to your point. Washington sucks. That's what you were going at, right?
Yeah, I'm done with that.
Oh, okay. All right. Well.
Oh yeah, hold on. I got one more.
Okay.
As a side note, I also picked Alabama to beat LSU on Saturday. That's all I got.
That's for you college fans, us people who pay attention to adults. Don't pay attention to college football.
Fuck that, I got LSU.
LSU. Well, I am only going to pay attention.
Game of the century? You haven't heard about it yet?
I only pay attention to NFL,
wow.
NHL, NBA, and MLB.
Where do you think they come from? Where do you think all these NFL players begin?
Why waste my time digging up all the trash before when they become a pro, then I'll pay attention to them.
Right before the NFL draft. And then,
all right, enough of this. That was week 9. Once again, do you have what it takes to beat me? I doubt it. Do you have what it takes to beat them? Maybe. All right? Put your comments below.
Still last.
I actually researched that, okay, before this video. Joa has 63 wins and 37 losses. Phil has 63 wins and 37 losses. I have 60 wins and 40. But I'm climbing. I'm catching up because I did a stellar week last week, only losing 2 games. And a week before that, I only lost 3 games. So I'm climbing. Much like Andy Reid and the dynamic Philadelphia Eagles, I get hotter as the season goes on. So, once again, for Joe, for Phil, I'm Chris. Have a good week watching football.